Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to another episode of Supernatural. Last time we had Faith. Don't worry, I'm not going to play any more George Michael this time. It really surprised me that episode because just when I saw the themes of the episode, that it was about religion and kind of these faith healers, I was concerned, like I said, that I was going to not enjoy it or I would be a bit uncomfortable with some of the themes that it brought up, but actually it was really good. And I was wrong in my assumption that people won't like that episode. The few comments that I've had since I put it up the other day were really positive, and most people seem to actually really like the episode, which is good. It did have a weird vibe to it, and I think that's one of the reasons why I thought people might not like it. Because when shows that have run for a while, I mean, this is only season one, but you know when they have like an episode that just feels different to the normal episodes, one of two things can happen. It will either be really well received and everyone loves it, or it's kind of not received very well at all, and not necessarily that people hate it. It tends to get more of maybe like cult status, where most people hate it, but there's a lot of people do love it secretly, but it's just not like an overly popular episode. But luckily, Faith seems popular with everybody. It was good. It was nice to see Sam and Dean not fighting, as one of my commenters also said. I think that's one of the reasons why I probably warmed to it so quickly, is because I wasn't like emotionally exhausted from their argument again. It was just nice to take a step back and go, okay, they're getting along, everything's okay. Well, everything's not okay because Dean is dying, but they're getting along, let's see what happens. One of the notes that I made to myself when editing that I forgot to mention at the end of the last episode was when Dean was dying in the hospital and Sam was ringing around, he left a message for their dad to say this is a situation, and assumingly he was trying to find a solution or trying to find a way to get out of the situation, like a faith healer or whatever. Now, interestingly, the dad didn't show up, didn't ring back or anything. They got through to the faith healer through one of Dad's mates, but that was just a contact that was in his journal. I would have thought if Dean was in hospital and was 2 weeks away from death or whatever, it was 2 weeks maybe, it was close to death. Yeah, they're going to look for a solution, but I would have thought the dad would maybe show his face, or at least call back to kind of go, everything okay? What's going on? Maybe it's addressed in a later episode, but yeah, when I was editing it, I kind of realised, wait, the dad should have been in contact, but he didn't, so I'll leave that in your hands to interpret as you wish. Moving on to today's episode, we are watching Route 666. Now, I've had to think about this one. I think I've got it. So Route 66 is obviously the big stretch in America people want to drive down all the time. 666 is the mark of the devil. So I'm thinking there's a demon that kills people on Route 66. I think I'm right with this one. Could be totally wrong. I'm normally totally wrong. So let's just jump into the episode, Route 666, to see what goes down. Cape Girardeau. Is that pronounced correctly? Why are you driving so fast? He's going to crash into him. Reminds me of that scene in Buffy, if you've ever watched it. I won't spoil it, but there's a scene in the end of season 6 where there's a big truck ram into the back of another car. It's very epic. That was weird. Where did that truck just randomly disappear to? Oh. What? Is this Jeepers Creepers? I would hate this. Shit! Who's driving Miss Daisy? Okay. So the truck's a ghost? This is one of the reasons why I hate driving.
Okay, I think I found a
Because
way we can bypass that construction just east of here.
I trust myself,
We might even make Pennsylvania faster than we thought.
but you can't trust other people,
Yeah.
and that's what scares me about driving.
She got a call from an old friend. Her father was killed last night. She thinks it might be our kind of thing.
I thought it said our father was killed last night. I was like, you're just gonna drop that into a phone call?
Never, if she didn't need it.
By an old friend, you mean...
Friend that's not new.
Yeah, thanks. You mean you dated someone for more than one night.
Am I speaking a language you're not getting here?
I want to meet the lady that wooed Dean Winchester.
Which, by the way, how does she know what we do? You told her. You told her the secret. Our big family rule #1, we do what we do and we shut up about it. For a year and a half, I do nothing but lie to Jessica, and you go out with this chick in Ohio a couple of times and you tell her everything?
Wow.
Dean!
Yeah, looks like.
See, right, as much as I think Dean is an arsehole, I do think the arsehole is a front. I feel like underneath he's probably like a soppy little bitch that is proper whipped when he gets with a girl, which is why he told us so quickly.
2 black people were killed on the same stretch of road in the same way in 3 weeks.
Jimmy, you're too close to this. Those guys were friends of yours.
I hope this isn't a race thing,
Again, I'm very sorry
especially
for your loss.
with the world as it is right now. Ugh.
Dean.
Hey, Cassie.
What have I seen her in? The question I ask myself in every Supernatural episode. Sam's a little smirk.
He swore he saw an awful-looking black truck following him.
A truck. Who was the driver?
He didn't talk about a driver, just a truck. He said it would appear and disappear.
Ghost truck. I'm not sure how I feel about
He sold cars.
this for a
Always
storyline,
drove a new
but
one.
we'll see where it goes.
One set of tracks. His
And the first person killed was a friend of your father's?
best friend, Clayton Soames. Listen, I'm a little skeptical about
Is
this
this something they did in business
ghost
together, or
stuff or
something they did when they were
whatever it is you
younger?
guys are into.
Skeptical. If I remember, I think he said I was nuts.
That was then.
We're sorry for your loss. We'd like to talk to you for a minute if you don't mind.
I'm really not up to that just now.
What's wrong with her? Other than the fact that her husband just died, but don't she have that look in her eye that she knows something, or I don't know. What the hell? Why is it like barking like a dog? That's almost what it's like row, row. I really don't know how I feel about
Jimmy
this.
meant something.
Well, how about closing this section of road for starters?
Close the main road, the only road in and out of town.
He's a
One set of tire
dickhead.
tracks. One.
3 people crashed
Foul play.
on the same stretch of road within days of each other. I think that's a link.
Would you close the road if the victims were white?
You're suggesting I'm racist, Cassie. I'm the last person you should talk to like that.
Is he a dad? No, because he's not black and she's not black.
She's fearless.
Please forget I said that.
You look at her when she's not looking. She checks you out when you look away.
I think we might have some more pressing issues here.
Hey, if I'm hitting a nerve.
Oh, let's go.
Oh, Dean's vulnerable side's coming out and he doesn't like it.
Tell me, did he ever mention seeing a truck? Big black truck?
What the hell are you talking about?
He's seen it and he's
This truck.
a black
Big,
guy.
Scary monster looking thing.
Yeah, actually, I
I
think
don't
so.
want this to be a race thing. It just makes me
Truck like
angry.
that. Back in the 60s, there was a string of deaths. Black men. So it goes, they disappeared in a big, nasty black truck.
Shit.
Man, everybody's got to open up to someone sometime.
Yeah, I don't. It was stupid to get that close. I mean, look how it ended.
You loved her. Oh, God. You were in love with her,
Oh,
but you dumped her.
she dumped him.
Oh, wow. She dumped you. In the car.
Oh, poor Dean. It shows there is a soft side there, though. He loved her. Maybe the reason I think he's probably like a little bit of a sap is because he told her the secret so quickly, even though he was that well trained not to.
Look,
No, forget it. It's fine. We'll keep it strictly business.
They still have chemistry,
I forgot you do that.
but yeah, I was gonna say he.
Oh,
It's the truth, Cassie, and I noticed it didn't sound so insane the minute you thought I could help you.
Back then, I thought you just wanted to dump me.
He could have proven it. Kiss. Yeah. Is Dean gonna get some? He's gonna get some. Bounce, 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 chicka wow wow. But yeah, I feel like if he wanted to tell her the truth, he could have quite easily proven that he wasn't lying. There's so many monsters and ghosts and all that around. He could have just taken her on a hunt. I'm not saying it's a safe idea or a smart idea. Or he could have done a spell and brought a demon forth. Rather than having this big thing and they break up, there's ways he could have gone about it better. And I'm only talking so much just to talk past the fact that they're just shagging. And I can't show any of it, so maybe Dean would be a happier person though he's blowing his load. Sorry, Mum. Die, 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 die. Where you gonna run, dickhead? We're a bit nasty, weren't it?
But it's almost like something ran him over.
Something like a truck?
Yep.
Tracks?
Nope.
It's interesting.
What?
This Cyrus Dorian.
He vanished in April of '63. The case was investigated but never solved.
That's right around the time the string of murders was going on back
Is it
then.
him
Well,
that's
I
like
pulled a
haunting
bunch
the
of paper up
truck?
on the door.
Mayor Todd bulldozed the Dorian family home on the 3rd. The first killing was the very next day.
He bulldozed the home, but what's that got to do with the black guys that were getting killed? Uh-oh. Run. Run. Oh. I'm gonna say that truck wanted to, he could really just drive through the house.
Cassie said that your husband saw the truck before he died.
She knows something.
So if you know something, now would be a really good time to tell us about it.
Yes.
What do you know?
He saw a truck. I dated Cyrus a while. I was also seeing Martin in secret, of course, because didn't go over too well.
It's one thing I hate about the past, but
When I broke
let's
it
not
off
get into
with
it.
Cyrus, and when he found out about Martin, I don't know, he changed. There were rumors, people of color disappearing into some kind of a truck. The day we set for the wedding was the day someone set fire to the church. There was a children's choir practicing in there. They all died. Cyrus beat him something terrible.
I feel a bit emotional. What?
He called on his friends, Clayton Soames and Jimmy
If he'd have gone to the
Anderson, and
police.
They put Cyrus's body
Right, okay.
into the truck and then
Yeah,
drove it
he would have
to
been
the swamp at the edge of
killed.
his land, and all three of them kept that secret all these years. Once he figured out what Martin and the others had done, he did nothing.
Oh.
Because he also knew what Cyrus had done.
No, I feel like a bit of an asshole.
Yes, there is.
Oh, I feel really bad for her. This is all just unnecessary.
Just
You coming or what?
I'm joking, I'm joking. Oh. Sorry, I'm drinking cranberry juice, and that was really bitter. What's making me laugh about this show is when they have to go and burn a body, they're always really slow about doing it, and it gives the ghost time to launch another attack, like it did it in Asylum. Like, I would be like running, like, throw it, burn it, go. Like, don't give it a chance to attack. Again,
Think that'll do it?
far too easy. So, burn the truck down, maybe. Don't hurt his car, he will fuck you up.
Son of a bitch. All right, now what? You need to go exactly 7/10 of a mile and stop. Stop? Exactly 7/10, Dean. 7/10.
I don't understand. That's the remnants of the house that they knocked down, maybe?
It's just staring at me. What do I do?
Just what you are doing. Bringing it to you.
Do you know what's nice though? Is that even though he is concerned, he's not questioning it, he's just doing it. He's taking his brother's advice.
You're where the church was.
What church?
The place Cyrus burned down. Murdered all those kids.
There's not a whole lot left.
The church ground is hallowed ground, whether the church is still there or not. When spirits cross
Right.
over hallowed ground, sometimes they're destroyed, so I figured maybe that would get rid of it.
Didn't know that.
Maybe? What if you were wrong?
I like Dean when he's around because he's
This is a better goodbye than last time.
more
Well,
himself.
maybe this time it'll be a little less permanent.
I don't see much hope for us, Dean.
I'd actually be a proper badass
Stranger
demon
things
slayer.
I'll see you, Cassie. I will.
You meet someone like her, ever make you wonder if it's worth it, putting everything else on hold, doing what we do?
You wake me up when it's my turn to drive.
Okay, that was episode 13, Route 666. I was wrong in that it was about Route 66. It was just a random stretch of road that I think was actually just Route 6 in, was it Missouri? I'm not sure how I feel about that episode. There's elements of it that I loved. Take the relationship between Dean and his girlfriend, Cassie. I loved that part of the storyline. They had a really good chemistry, which works for us to be able to believe that Dean not just fell in love and had a relationship, but fell in love so much that he opened up and told her all about his past. We need to believe in their relationship, and I felt that they worked really well together. It was nice that she was quite a forthright, might not be the right term to use, but she's quite a confident person, and she's quite sure of herself, and so she was clearly the one that bossed him around all the time. She clearly had him under the thumb, and that worked because it kind of showed us a completely new side to Dean, and that he was this kind of soppy little guy that kind of probably followed her around with puppy dog eyes because he loved her. And I'm not saying that in a negative way or a derogatory way. I think it works really well and actually shows a really nice side to Dean and kind of explains more of his character in that because he lost something that he loved, he does also build the extra layer up, that extra wall. He doesn't want to get close to people because he knows he's going to lose it because she broke up with him after she found out the truth. I mean, don't get me wrong. He could have proven to her that he wasn't lying, but he chose not to, and that's okay. Yeah, but that storyline as a whole I really enjoyed, and it's a shame that it hasn't carried on because I feel like they worked well together and they had a nice dynamic, and it also in turn became a nice dynamic between Sam and Dean because Sam kind of got to kind of dig him a little bit, like he did with the plane when Dean was scared of flying in the planes. Sam got a few jokes in here and there and had a bit of a laugh, as opposed to them having an argument. So I'm actually starting to enjoy this second half of the season a lot better. And whilst the argument may come up again in the future, I feel like I was right in my guess that after they kind of aired their differences in Scarecrow, that whilst they never agreed or came to a consensus, just the fact that they aired it meant that they can move on and kind of start to rebuild their relationship in a new way and work better. And that seems to be the case here. they seem to be getting on better and working together better because they're honest with each other. Unlike the bit at the end where Sam basically said, drive to this location, stop, and just wait. And that truck could have easily ploughed into him and killed him. But Dean trusted him without question. Yeah, he was a little bit like, what? Just wait? But Sam said, yeah, just sit there and just don't do anything. And Dean was like, okay. Probably shat himself, but he just did it without question. So their relationship is already changing quite a lot, which I'm really loving seeing, to be honest. Because whilst their relationship was interesting, the argument was getting a little bit tiresome. Half a season of that disagreement was enough. We're now moving on to something new. The storyline itself from this episode, the whole ghostly truck that was killing people, I was very, very nervous that it was going to be a case of, for some reason, it was just killing coloured people. And I was like, I don't like this. This makes me angry. This kind of storyline makes me pissed off. Because it's so wrong. And with the world the way it is and all the things that happen in the world recently, I'm not going to go into politics because this is not the place. This is a safe entertainment space. I'm glad that it turned out to be something different. And it became this quite emotional story about this woman who dated two people. Yeah, maybe she shouldn't have. Dumped one of them for someone else who happened to be coloured. And that guy just went psycho, the one that she dumped. I do feel like race did play a part in that. And that it wasn't just that he was dumped for someone else, possibly the colour of his skin, then made it worse in his eyes because he was a bit of a racist. And that just led to him not just trying to kill the guy, but killing a choir of kids. That's fucked up. But I'm glad it took that dark turn because it made it not about a race thing. It was about a lot of other things. And the mayor died, and then it may have come after the mum eventually after killing everybody else. So, yeah. I actually started to really like the story. It's still a bit silly, like the fact that it's like a truck that just disappears into the mists. Like, because the truck was doing that roar thing, which, like I said, reminds me of a dog. Like, when the dog's angry and it's like stood up like that, and it's like just kind of keeps like inching forward and bobbing its head like barking. It reminded me of that, so it was a little silly. But the story was sad and dark, but the truck thing was just a bit silly. So I've got mixed feelings on the storyline itself. But overall, the episode, there was nothing that I hated. I actually quite enjoyed it. Really enjoyed the Dean storyline with Cassie. She was a great character. The relationships were great. Yeah, fun episode. Fun episode overall. Please let me know what you think of the episode in the comments below. And let's start a discussion as we normally do. As always, guys, my name is Scott. Hope you're all taking care of yourselves and staying safe. There's some more episodes to my right that you may be interested in taking a look at if you like the look of the thumbnails. Please subscribe if you enjoyed this reaction, leave some comments down below, and thanks for watching, guys.